Hello students. So we have started chapter number 10, haloalkane and haloalkane. We have covered topics like preparation of haloalkane. We have seen nomenclature. We have seen physical properties. We have also seen SN1 SN2 reaction. We have also seen stereochemistry, right? Optical activity and chirality. Today we are going to discuss one new topic. The topic is elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. Okay. So the name itself suggests that elimination, which means something is going to be eliminated out, something is going to be released, right? So from the reagent, some product is eliminated, some product is going to be released, right? Let's understand by one example. Okay. So we have got CS3, CS2Cl, chloroethane. This is chloroethane. Now, for elimination reaction, haloalkane reacts with alcoholic KOH. Base is used and base is KOH. KOH is dissolved in alcoholic. So it reacts with alcoholic KOH. So this is alcoholic KOH. Now, what will happen? This metal will react with halogen and it will form KCl. So KCl is released. Now from this carbon, hydrogen will be eliminated. So hydrogen from here and OH from here, it will form H2O. So another product is H2O. Now what is left? Hydrogen has been removed from here, chlorine has been removed from here. So what is left? CH2 double bond CH2. So this is ethene. Okay. So which means that if haloalkane reacts with alcoholic KOH, we will get ethene plus salt plus water. Now this carbon CH2Cl, this carbon is attached with halogen, chlorine is attached here. So this is known as alpha carbon. Okay. Its neighbor carbon, this carbon is known as beta carbon. So halogen containing carbon is designated as alpha carbon, whereas neighbor carbon is designated as beta carbon. So you can see here, halogen is removed from alpha carbon, whereas hydrogen is removed from beta carbon. Halogen from alpha carbon combines with potassium and it will form KCl. Hydrogen from beta carbon, it will combine with OH and it will form H2O. So what is left? Here CH2 is left. So CH2, there will be double bond to satisfy the valency and that is known as ethene. So we can say that if haloalkane reacts with alcoholic KOH, it will form alkene, right? So product is alkane. This reaction is also known as beta elimination reaction. The reason is from beta carbon, hydrogen is removed. So if hydrogen is removed from beta carbon, that is why it is also known as beta elimination reaction. Another name of this reaction is dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation. Why it is known as dehydrohalogenation? The reason is D means remove. D means remove. Hydro means hydrogen and halogen. So in this reaction, hydrogen and halogen both are removed, both are eliminated. So in this reaction, hydrogen and halogen both are eliminated or both are removed. That is why it is also known as dehydrohalogenation. So in exam, question can be asked like right or not on beta elimination or right or not on dehydrohalogenation. Both are same thing. Okay, let's understand this in detail by one more example. So we have got CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, 2 bromopentane. This is 2 two bromopentane reacts with alcoholic KOH. What will be the product? So here this is alpha carbon because this carbon is attached with halogen. Now there are two possibilities of beta carbon. This can be beta carbon and this carbon can also be beta carbon. So neighbor carbon is always beta carbon. So if this is alpha carbon, then there are two possibilities of beta carbon. This carbon can be beta carbon. This carbon can also be beta carbon. Now, if two beta carbons are there, then there are possibilities of two products. We can get two products. Which are there? If hydrogen is removed from this beta carbon, then one product is there. If hydrogen is removed from this beta carbon, then second product can be formed. Okay, let's write both the products. So if suppose halogen is removed from here and hydrogen is removed from this carbon, then we will get CH3, CH2, CH2, CH double one CH2. So hydrogen is removed from here and halogen is removed from here. So we will get pent1E. So this is pent1E. Byproducts are also same. We will get KBr plus H2O. So plus KBr plus H2O. Okay. Now another possibility is if hydrogen is removed from this beta carbon, then we can get CH3, CH2, CH double bond CH, CH3. This is pen2E. Okay. So if two beta carbons are there, then we can get two products. Now the question is, which is major product and which is minor product? Pent1 and pent2E, among these, which is major product? So for that, Sadzev, the scientist name is Sadzev. It is also known as Zadzev, gave a rule which defines which is major product and which is minor product. According to Sadzev rule, if double bonded carbon, they are having higher number of or more number of alkyl group, it will be major product. So if this carbon is having two alkyl group, methyl, ethyl, this double bonded carbon is having only one alkyl group. So those double bonded carbon which are having more number of alkyl group, it will be major product, and those which are having less number of alkyl group, it will be minor product. So according to that rule, this is a major product. So major product is pen2E. Again, so what is Sadzev rule? Sadzev rule is in alkene, the carbon which are double bonded, if it is having more number of alkyl group, then that is major product. So Sadzev rule is, according to Sadzev rule, pen2E is major product. Okay. So this is all about beta elimination or beta hydrogenation. Okay. So in exam, if they can ask write a note on beta elimination, you are supposed to write both this reaction, right? So in case of beta elimination, they can also ask write a note on dehydrogenation. So answer will be same. Now we are going to discuss another topic. The topic is reaction of haloalkane with metals. Reaction of haloalkane with metals. Reaction with metals. Okay. Haloalkane is polar in nature. They are having partially positive, partial negative charge. It can react with any metal like magnesium. So for example, if chloroethane is there, CH3, CH2Cl, chloroethane, it can react with magnesium in presence of diethyl. If chloroethane reacts with magnesium in presence of diethyl, magnesium can react with halogen and it can also bond with carbon. So it will form CH3, CH2, MgCl. So we will get ethyl magnesium chloride. So again, haloalkane reacts with magnesium in presence of dry ether and it will form alkyl magnesium halide. It is generally written as RMgS. Okay, this is RMgS. Alkyl, R means alkyl, magnesium halide. This is alkyl magnesium halide, and this is known as Grignard reagent. This is Grignard reagent. Okay, this is Grignard reagent. So remember this. We have already seen Grignard reagent in standard 11. Alkyl magnesium halide is known as Grignard reagent. So how this reagent is formed? Haloalkane reacts with magnesium in presence of dry ether and it will form alkyl magnesium halide, which is known as Grignard reagent. Okay, now in Grignard reagent, because magnesium is highly electropositive, so the bonded carbon will be towards alkyl group, and that is why we have written negative charge on alkyl group. And one more thing, alkyl group and magnesium, between alkyl group and magnesium there will be covalent bond. So this is covalent bond. But because magnesium is electropositive, so this alkyl group will attract electrons, bonded electrons, and it will be having partial negative charge, and magnesium will be having partial positive charge. Whereas in case of magnesium and halogen, there is ionic bond. So between magnesium and halogen, ionic bond is there. So this positive charge will attract negative charge of halogen. So this is ionic bond and this is covalent bond. So this is Grignard reagent. Now, Grignard reagent, suppose CS3, CS2, MgCl can react with any solvents or any compounds which are having proton. So Grignard reagent can react with proton containing compounds. So what are the examples of proton containing compounds? Water, it is having proton. Alcohol, it is having proton. So it can react with proton containing compound. Let's say water. So Grignard reagent reacts with water. Now, whenever there is reaction of water, we will divide water into H plus and OH minus. Magnesium is having positive charge, halogen is having negative charge, this carbon is having negative charge. Alcohol. Okay. Now as we know, the positive charge of metal, magnesium, will attract negative charge, so it will attract OH minus. So we can get MgOHCl. So negative charge of OH minus will be attracted by magnesium, so it will form MgOHCl. Now, hydrogen or proton from here, it will attract alkyl group, because alkyl group is having negative charge, H plus is having positive charge, so it will form CS3. So alkane is formed. So the moral of the story is, if Grignard reagent reacts with water, the main product is alkane. So we will get alkane over here, CS3, this is ethane. So Grignard reagent reacts with water and it will form alkane. So final product is alkane. Okay. So this is Grignard reaction. Now we are going to discuss another reaction, and that is known as Wurtz reaction. Reaction is Wurtz reaction. Okay. We have already discussed Wurtz reaction in standard 11. This is again same thing. So we have got haloalkane. Suppose chloroethane is there. So in 2 moles of chloroethane reacts with 2 moles of sodium in presence of dry ether. We have got 2 moles of haloalkane, it reacts with 2 moles of sodium. Then we will get 2 sodium from here, 2 chlorine from here, and it will form 2 NaCl. So 2 sodium from here and 2 chlorine from here, it will form 2 NaCl. Now what is left? We have got CS3, 2 times of methyl. So CS3. So So we have got ethane. So this is Woods reaction. 2 moles of haloalkane reacts with 2 moles of sodium or 2 moles of metal in presence of dry ether. 2 sodium will react with 2 chlorine, it will form ONaCl. Now what is left? CH3 is left. So CH3 we will get alkane. So in this reaction, if you observe the reaction carefully, we are having one carbon containing haloalkane and we are getting double the carbon of haloalkane, which means the haloalkane, the number of carbon in haloalkane is lower than the alkane, or we can say that the product which is alkane, it is having double the number of carbon compared to haloalkane. So this is chloromethane. It is having one carbon only, but we are getting product like ethane, and it is having 2 carbon. So we can say that in Woods reaction, the product is having double the number of carbon compared to haloalkane. So in Woods reaction and in Grignard reaction, the final product is alkane. Okay.